Hello and welcome back to another episode of Olly's Farm, and today you join me here on the farm, and today's job is I've got to move some muck on the farm because the muck's got to be moved out from the yard around the back there to the field where it's then going to be spread later on, which will be next week. So soon I'm going to be spreading all of the muck on the farm using the John Deere here and also the JCB as well. So my job today is to take the feeder bedder off the back of the tractor here and to put the Richard Western trailer on, which you can see in the distance there, and hook the John Deere here onto the Richard Western so that I can go and move some muck. So as you can see behind me, the trailer of hay which I hauled in the other day, half of the hay on it has already been used up, so I'll probably have to go and get some more at some point. And here's the trailer, and there's the Italian ryegrass over there, so we're getting down on our silage bales as well. There's not very many of them left, and also in the distance you can just see there's some of the marsh silage there left as well. So the amount of silage on the farm is rapidly decreasing. There isn't actually that much of it left, so we're really hoping on this milder weather we've got now staying for a bit, and hopefully we'll be able to get some of the cattle out in 6 weeks. So putting the cattle out will mean that I'll have to take the sides off this trailer here, and then I'll have to use that stock box in the distance, which you can see just there. I have to put that back onto this trailer here so that cattle can then be loaded onto it, and then they can then be taken out in the spring. And it's actually one of my favourite jobs of the whole year, is taking the cattle out down to the marshes, because it's so nice to see them come out of the shed and be loaded onto the trailer, and then when I get down to the marshes I drop the ramp down, and it is such a rewarding experience when you see the cattle run off the trailer and onto fresh grass, because they're so happy to be on the grass when they've been shut up for the best part of 6 months really. So yeah, that's what's coming up in the future. The cows will be going back down to the marshes for the summer. Okay, so I'm just going to leave the tractor there with the trailer, and I'm just going to get the JCB in the yard because I put the muck grab on earlier after I fed the cows. So I'm just going to take the JCB around the back so that I can get it ready for when the trailer comes in. Okay, so as you can see, the muck grab's on the front of the JCB. I'm now going to take it to the end of the shed there, to the muck pile, ready so that I can load the muck. So the JCB's in position there. There is the muck pile, as you can see, which has gotten quite big over the last few months. So I'm now going to go back over the road and get the John Deere so that I can fill it up with muck to then take the muck out to the field. Having organic matter like this to put back onto the land on this farm here is absolutely fantastic. So my job now is to load this into the trailer and then I'll take it out. So let's get loading. It's a mucky job, it's a mucky process. I'm probably going to stink by the end of the day, but it's got to be done. Fully loaded, as you can see. We'll now take this up to the field. Okay, so I've now arrived at the field. As you can see, there's a tractor and a full load of muck, and here's the main muck pile behind me here, which is going to be spread next week. So I'm basically now just going to tip this trailer here up in the air and tip the first load of muck onto the field. Okay, so there we go, the muck has now been emptied onto the pile there, and I'll now head back to have my lunch. It's now 1:20, so I'm a bit late for lunch. And also, as well, I need to get the grease gun, because I don't know if you heard when I was loading up the muck earlier, there's some areas on the JCB which need to be greased up. So I'll just grease that up before I have my lunch, and then I will return to muck carting. And before I go now for my lunch, I thought now would be a good opportunity to introduce the first piece of merchandise which you can buy today. At the end of this video, you'll be able to go online to the Olly's Farm online shop, which is www.ollys-farm.com, and you can go on there and you can buy one of these. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. So, maybe if I move out of the way. There we go. So, there you go, guys. It is a poster of this John Deere 6930 here, which has been designed as basically like a cartoon, and yeah, as you can see, you've got the John Deere logo on the front there, and you've also got the Olly's Farm logo on the top right. I don't know if you can just see that there on the camera. So there you go, guys. You can go and get that now. They're £7.50 on the Olly's Farm online shop, and they're also at £2.50 with postage, so that's £10 in total for the poster and for delivery as well. And your poster will come in a small tube like this. It's an A3 poster, so it's a nice size. It's not it was something which I thought would be not too big but not too small. So I'm now going to go and get my lunch, but there you go, guys. The first piece of Olly's Farm merch is now available to buy online. Okay, so I've just had my lunch and I've just come back out again, and as you can see behind me, the calves here, they were checked yesterday to see whether they had the TB. The vet returned, and they're all TB free. So thankfully, like I say, they're all TB free, and haven't got to worry about them having any TB. So well done, girls. Lovely celebration toast. Come out there. Okay, alright. I've got to go and finish off carting some muck now, so I'm going to go and cart some muck before this Belgian blue eats the rest of my hoodie. Okay, so I'm now loading up the second load for this afternoon. This morning I've been quite busy doing other jobs, such as feeding the cows and checking all of the cows for calving as well. So this is a job which I've been able to do for the rest of the day. And it can take a bit of time when the muck pile here gets quite full, so it can take quite a little while to get this muck here out of the yard, but I'll definitely get there. I won't get it all moved today, but I will definitely probably make quite a big dent into the pile. And the trailer is now tipping up. There's quite a bit of weight on there. I should think there's probably 15 tons on there actually, maybe more. And there you go. There you go, one empty trailer. Okay, so I've carted a few loads of muck out of the yard, and you can see the tractors behind me there. So what I'm now going to do is take the trailer off and put the feeding machine, which is just here, back onto the tractor there, because I've got to go now and feed the cows, which are all in the shed, which you would have seen earlier. So I've now got to go and give them their evening feed. So my job now is to take the trailer off the tractor. Okay, so it's now off to go and feed the cows to give them their evening feed. So there we go. As you can see, the animals here have all got their food. They've got the straw. At the start there was some ryegrass left in the machine, which luckily some of the top ones, some of the stores at the top there were lucky enough to get, and then obviously for the rest everything else has had barley straw, as you can see just there. The Belgian blue heifers here, the older group here, are doing very well. They're growing along very nicely. Over time they will hopefully get to that age of 24 months where they will then be sold off to another farmer for breeding. So hopefully all goes well and they grow up to a nice age. And as you can see on my right here as well, we've got the stores here. The stores are growing along quite nicely. They're really liking this barley straw mixed with ryegrass as well. We don't always feed them barley straw, but just now and then we chop in. We'll chop up a bale of barley straw just to reduce the pressure of how much silage we're using basically, and it doesn't do them any harm to have some straw. They've had fodder beet as well today, so they have fodder beet in the morning and then they'll have straw or silage in the evening, and so they seem to be doing very well off it so far. But like I said earlier, I'll be a lot happier when they're all down at the marshes grazing in the summer, basking in the sun, and just chilling out and enjoying life down at the marshes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you can give it a thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed the video. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. It's free to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything, so don't worry, it's totally free. You can click the subscribe button and tap the little bell for free. And also don't forget about the Olly's Farm posters. So obviously you've got the 6930 behind us there, but this is the poster right here. And all of the proceeds, by the way, from the posters will be invested back into Olly's Farm. For example, we'll be going on more trips, and it will allow me to go to places which I wouldn't be able to go otherwise without the proceeds of things like the Olly's Farm posters here, and there's some other merchandise as well coming in the future. But it all helps the channel, and it all helps me basically do the things which I'm able to do with the channel. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Do have a great weekend, and as always, do comment, rate and subscribe for plenty more videos to come.